It is hot out there, depending on what part of the country you're in, and brace yourself for yet more hot weather. The mercury will be rising this week as temperatures are expected to increase for yet another summer heat wave. And remember, of course, well, it's only August on Saturday. We still got a while to go here. Let's bring in Dave Phillips, who is a senior climatologist with Environment Canada, monitoring the heat wave for us. Okay, where is it going to be the hottest, Dave?
Well, Todd, it's an area where it's been left out in the cold for so much of the summer. And we have heat warnings out for 6 provinces out west: British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan. They haven't seen that at all. Well, British Columbia had some heat in May, but not since then. And then we've also seen it in the Maritimes. The 3 maritime provinces have had temperatures today at close to 30, humidex values of 39. But what's really ironic, Todd, is that the area of the country that has led the way all summer in terms of number of heat waves and heat advisories is Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, and there's not one advisory out for those areas. 76 regions across the country, but not Ontario, Quebec, or Manitoba. And they have been just on fire throughout most of the summer. I mean, Ottawa has had their warmest July on record, 17 days where the temperature got above 30. Montreal has seen temperatures that are close to 37 degrees. So those areas have been hoarding all of the summer. We finally have seen some warm weather out in Alberta. My gosh, Medicine Hat could be 35 today with the humidex high. Saskatoon, their warmest temperature of the summer today with a very uncomfortable, almost jungle-like humidity for them of 37 for the humidex. So it's really just the fact that the rest of the country is sharing what the central part of the country has been dominating with for most of the summer.
Are we going to be seeing heat warnings, Dave, as well?
Well, we have heat warnings out already, Todd, for, as I say, 76 areas. The threshold has been reached in British Columbia, Alberta, Saskatchewan, and also in the 3 maritime provinces. But, you know, as you mentioned right at the top, I mean, we're only into the dog days of summer. I think the personality of this summer is what we've seen and what we're about to see. And while it's going to cool off a little bit in the west over the long weekend, it's still going to be far warmer in Alberta, Saskatchewan than they've had for most of the summer. But we haven't finished counting these days above 30. I mean, my gosh. Our models suggest that in August and September, we look at 3/4 of the country. It looks like it's going to be warmer than normal. So we'll be counting this number of days above 30 well after Labor Day. And it is really just the fact that the rest of the country is now sharing what Ontario, Quebec, and Manitoba have been talking about since the beginning of summer.
Yeah, and as people are trying to, get out there and get to the water and cool down, of course, they're dealing as well, Dave, with an unprecedented situation, physical distancing and on beaches, not to be too crowded as well. Is this unusual for this time of year?
Not the heat wave. I think you make a very good point, Todd. I mean, you know, we give out heat warnings, the heat advisories, the kind of do's and don'ts of what you do, very logical, common sense, things our parents and teachers told us to do. But because of the new world we live in, it makes seeking cooling areas a little bit more difficult. Cooling centers, for example, breathing through masks, the social distancing. I mean, all these become very challenging and during these very unprecedented times. So dealing with just the lazy, hazy, crazy days of summer with the heat wave, hey, things that you have to do differently this year because of the situation that we're in. We're also seeing water temperatures, particularly in central Canada, Todd, are the warmest they've ever been. The Great Lakes are like hot tubs out there. And so people are seeking shelter there, comfort there, and, hey, they're finding the water pretty warm.
Lazy, hazy, crazy summer. I love that song. Thanks for the reference, and always good to see you, Dave.
Thank you, Todd, very much. Bye-bye.
Oh, Nat King Cole has a great version of that. Okay.